Greetings from Prague. I'm Petr Mojžíš and this is my son Dan.
Hi.
And we are team Venoraffe. And we are here to present you our little project for the first Consim game jam. So we've used this coin game as a base. Falling Sky, the Gaullic Revolt Against Hitler, and we've created a little game called the Gaullic Revolt Against Hitler. But don't worry, we didn't put Hitler to 8 chance. We've created a game about French resistance from spring to summer 1944. So, first of all, Dan will not talk much. He's a member of the resistance, and you know these guys. They don't talk. They just shoot Germans. Sabotage trains, provide intel for allies, and of course save Jews. And what I have just told you are basically victory conditions for the game. This is really simple. There is just one scoring track here, and you count just the points for the resistance for all these activities I just mentioned. And the game ends with liberation of Paris, and in case the resistance player, the French player, got 9 or more victory points, he wins. Otherwise, the German player wins. So this is just a simple promise of the game. So let's take a look what we've used from the original Falling Sky. As you can see, we had to use the game board. But there is just one overlay here, just one necessary overlay, and this is here, initiative track. As you understand now, probably this is just a two-player game, and we've used initiative track from Colonial Twilight. So it's really a coin game, but the two-player coin game. Here we have a setup card, which is also a little bit a player aid, and there are new names for the spots on the map, because of course we couldn't use those ancient tribes. But you don't have to really put stickers on the map to play it. You can just have it in your hands as an aid. And of course this shows the full setup of the game, and the areas with pieces are the areas that are in play. So then, what wooden pieces did we use?
So we use this as German infrastructure. We use this as German army. This as Gestapo, and French we use this as resistance guerrilla. This we use as French resistance base, and this is Allied army.
Okay, and that's basically all. The structure of this game is really like a two-player coin, like Colonial Struggle. We just didn't use the resources. The areas for operations are simply limited to 3 areas, or just one for limited operation, and just one area for any special activity. So there are no resources in this coin game, and of course there are no support or opposition markers because it's we just assume that there were all over the France support for the resistance, but of course German had the control of the territory. So maybe we can take a look at the player aids you've created.
We have here German player aids and French resistance player aids.
Yeah, and as you can see, there are just operations and special activities, as in any other coin. And of course, we have cards.
Yeah, we have 20 event cards and 3 mandatory event cards. And this is a deck, event deck, and we use poker deck as target cards.
Yeah. So these mandatory events just dictate the tempo of the game and mark the end, because they are just allied advances. Allies will invade Normandy, of course, and then they will break out towards Paris, and they will liberate Paris, and that marks the end of the game. So these are just cards for that, and they are shuffled into the event deck. This deck is just a deck of hearts, and we use it as a so-called target card. The French player will be doing sabotages of German infrastructure, and you can see here each area is marked with, or nearly each area is marked with this card number, and so French player will have his hidden target, and if he manages to damage German infrastructure in that area, he will score 1 more point. So that's something a bit new, not used. Usually in coin games, just to take a quick look about on the operations and special activities, the French resistance player can recruit. He can try to escape, which means they will hide. He will hide his guerrillas. He can, of course, attack to damage the infrastructure. And as special activities, we have regroup, which is the only way the French pieces can move from one area to another area, and it's limited to just one piece. He can provide intel, which is the special activity to score points by providing intel to allies based on location on French resistance bases and German army, these red discs. He can redraw the target card, get new orders from the allies, and the German player can, of course, deploy these Gestapo pieces. It's moreover a focus on where to put those effort. It's not an all abandonment of all Gestapo in one area. He will sweep for the guerrillas and try to attack them, destroy them, and as a special activities, he will try to rebuild the infrastructure, which is the only way the German player can score points. He can infiltrate, interrogate. You'll see when you play. So this is our the Gaullic Revolt against the Hitler. what to say? I think this Conscience Jam game was just amazing. As you can see, we are just a small family team, but it really surprised me how much energy just came through Twitter, Discord, and all other teams, and I'm really curious about the other projects. I must say, if someone would told me that there is some Predator commercial game, I would be really not interested. But I can't wait to play your Alien Abyss game. That's for Fred, Joe, and his team. So thanks a lot for this event. It was really tough but very interesting weekend for us. Goodbye.
Goodbye from Prague.